We're just making sushi.
Yes.
We're just making sushi. First of all, we've started the rice, and we are using short grain brown rice. This one's by Clear Spring, but you can use from your health food shop. It's short grain brown rice. And what we do first of all is measure out however many you want. It's usually about 200 grams for 2 people. We're making actually for enough for 5 today. So we've doubled up, but it's 2.5 to 1 water. So we measured a cup of rice. We measured a cup of rice. Actually, we did 2. We did 2, and then we did 5 of water. The most important thing before you put the water in is that you put this in a sieve when you're doing your cup. So you put your 2 cups for 4 people in a sieve and give it a really good wash. And then we put 5 cups of filtered water in that. And then it's gone into a Le Creuset pot. And the Le Creuset pot is really good, this heavy base pot, because it's really good to get a good seal on it. And what I've done also is I've put some kombu seaweed, it's dried seaweed, and this gives it a really good mineral contribution to the rice, helps it cook really beautifully and softly. So that's kombu seaweed that I've put a strip maybe that big in it.
For a bit of fun.
For a bit of fun. And now it's on, and we're going to bring it up to the boil. And then after we've brought it up to the boil, we're going to take off any sort of residue that's on the surface. And then once we've done that and the residue has gone, we're just going to drop it right down to a very low simmer, and it stays like that for 40-45 minutes with the lid on. So we'll keep you posted on that. And then this is our setup for this moment.
Let's go in it.
So we're going to do some carrots, and we're going to blanch the carrots. Blanching is that you're just going to put them in enough boiling water that they go like an al dente, so that they're soft to the bite. We've got some pea shoots. We've got some spring onions. We've got an avocado. And then here we've got, this is a firm tofu. You can use any that you like, but the firm tofu is good. What we are going to do actually with this tofu as well, you can go in without this, but we're going to cook it, but we're going to actually toss it in. You can come to the larder with me because I'm on a microphone, so you can hear this even while I'm in here, which is amazing. We're going to toss it in polenta. So we're going to cook it into strips and toss it in polenta, and then we're just going to pan fry it. So you don't have to do the polenta, but this gives it crispiness. So we've got that. We've got wasabi. We've got umeboshi paste, and umeboshi is it's a fermented plum paste that makes it really lovely. We've got the pickled ginger, and we've got our nori.
Oh, is this the
These are the sushi rolls, yeah.
I didn't know anything about this.
Well, you're being taught. And then we've got...
I'm being taught.
And then we've got, these are the rolling mats. These are the rolling mats.
And our chopsticks.
And we've got our chopsticks. And also, actually, what we've got... Now, here's the really devastating bit. We've got a little bit of tamari. I always use tamari. We're a little low on it, so we have got some low salt. We've got some low salt soy.
Okay.
We've got some low salt soy. Yeah, we've got some low salt. Good as best. We've also got some sesame oil. We've got our mats. These are our rolling mats. We've got tamari. I love tamari. It's excellent. This is for our dipping sauce. We've also got sesame oil. We've got our lovely organic, beautiful, low salt soy, and then some ginger, some fresh ginger. That's in the fridge at the minute, some fresh ginger. And cucumbers. Oh yeah, the cucumbers here and here. So that's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to prepare everything so what we're going to do is we're going to take off this. I'm just going to put it in the lid, and then... So I'm going to take off this. I'm going to leave the kombu in here, but I'm just going to take off this residue. These are sort of just some of the residue from the rice, but it's kind of best to take this off. But I'll be happy to put this on to simmer now. So I'll just get rid of that. Just swish that round. Swishy swish. Swishy swish. And then this is going to go on now. Nice strong seal on this. If you haven't got Le Creuset, it doesn't matter. It can just be in a pan. But I'm now going to take this right down to just a simmer. And that'll be like that for 40 minutes. So it's, yeah, so at 5 o'clock. Okay, now we're going to get everything prepared. And then we'll be back to show you everything prepared in little plates. And then we'll show you how to prepare the rice balls. And then we're good to go. So we're going to get prepping and we'll be right back. I've cut the carrots. Let me just show you this 1 second. I've cut the carrots in a particular length so that when you blanch them, and the blanching is just you bring it to the boil, you take it out. But I've put them like this length and like this so that when we cut them, they're already ready for strips. Okay. So I'm just going to let that come to the boil and spend a little bit of time, a few minutes in there, but not so that they're soft. We don't want them soft. We just want them really nice and al dente. So here I've taken the tofu. So definitely make sure that you get firm tofu and not the silken tofu. Don't get silken tofu because the silken just slips away. And here I'm going to take it out. I've already drained the water. There's still a bit more water in there. But I'm just going to pat it as much, get as much of the moisture and fluid out of the tofu. This is a kind of important bit because it just keeps it firm and together. So we'll just press the tofu so that it gets as much. Can you see how much moisture is in there? So we'll keep that going until... That's it. Okay. Now what we're going to do now is take the tofu and cut it. That's nice and dry. Drier. And then we're going to make strips. And these strips also are going to go into the sushi. So the thing is, what I'm going to do, so that they're sort of big enough to work with, I'm going to make them that thick. And then, I mean, you could cook them like that, but I'm going to cook them just a little bit thinner. I'm going to cook them like that, and then we can also cook them again, cut them again. So let's do that. And then like that. And then, so I'm just going to turn down these carrots. Turn down the carrots so that they don't boil. I give them a couple of minutes in there. So just for ease of... We're just going to, this is polenta. This is powdered or granular polenta. And I'm just going to, so you can have this without even doing tofu sushi. You can have this just in salads. So you coat it in the polenta. Yeah. So I'm just going to get my knife and just test these carrots. Yeah. And then either with chopsticks or skewers, you turn them and turn them and turn them until they go golden crispiness. Let me show you, if I take one of these out, I'll just show you. This, it's still very hot, but what you'll see is when we come to cut them, yeah, they're fine. So we're cutting them in strips. Actually, let me just taste it. You know what? I'm going to go a bit longer. I think you have to get hold of the whole goddamn thing. So it was just the angle that you were at there. But yeah, you can firm them up. And if necessary, just a splash. Just a little splash. Oil. Good. Okay, so we're just popping these aside. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we've also got, if we show you that, these are the slices of avocado, cucumber slices being cooked, and then they're here in slices. A little bit of pea shoots, or you could use rocket, or just a little bit of lettuce. And nice. I like the nori is quite long, so we want to make sure that when we're lying it down, there's enough for the whole length of the sushi and the nori. Okay, so the handles of the Le Creuset pot here is actually quite hot, so I'm just going to take it off safely there. And can I have those chopsticks, please? And I'll just take out the kombu. Let's get the kombu off. Look, the kombu goes nice and soft. You know how it's quite dried and now it's quite soft and lovely. And then we're just going to give that a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect actually. Because it's brown rice, short grain brown rice, it's actually a little bit more nutty than perhaps you'll be used to with a basmati. So what we're doing right now, the rice is cooked and it has this sort of stickiness to it, but it's super hot. So we're just transferring it into a wooden bowl so that you can see how lovely it's almost like made like a little ball. Because what we need to do is just allow it to calm down and unsteam so that we can make our little balls. Yummy! Great. And then we can just soak that pan so that there's a little fork there next to you if you want to use that. So yeah, we'll just sort of fluff that out, try and get as much of the heat and the steam out of it. What we don't want it to be is so boiling that it makes the nori really soggy. So it has to be fairly cool. It doesn't have to be cold, but it has to be cooler. Otherwise, it'll just make the nori quite soft, and we want to have the nori sort of quite held, if you like. Okay, so give that a few more minutes, maybe fluff it around a little bit. Give it a little fluff around and just get that set nice. Good. Okay, be right back. For this bit, I'm going to take my jewellery off and then I'm going to I've got a bowl of water there so that it keeps your hands moist while we make the rice balls. And then I'm just going to scoop out what would be like a palmful, maybe a little bit more. Actually, we've got a lot of people coming for sushi tonight, so we're going to try and keep them quite generous. We've got lots of nori. They are really tightly packed, and that's why it's good to keep your hands moist because you can. No, that's perfect. And squash, squish, squishy, squishy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to be all right. So when I take the nori sheets out, I'm looking for the shiny side. That's a little bit, they're both shiny, but this is the shinier, this is shinier. This is a little bit rougher. And can you see how there's lines down? I'm going to line those up with my mat. So shiny side down, lined up with the mat, with the, let's get off. And these are our mats. And I would go with the flat side down as well. So that the flat side is up. Yeah, so that the flat side is up because you've got a rounded side and then you've got a flat side. So flat side up. Let's get the knots at the top. And so shiny side down, lined up that way. Okay. So we are good to go. Okay. Shiny side, round side. Okay, so does that look all right? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I am going to just quickly dampen my hands just to make sure that they are a little bit moist. And then I'm going to press the rice on this side closer to me. I want to keep it closest to me because we're going to pack it, and I want to keep this bit with a little bit of edge so that when we roll it, you'll see that we've got a bit of a free edge. So to be fair, these rice balls are a little bit small, so we could have gone a little bit bigger, but because we've got a lot of lovely people who love sushi, we've gone for that. So we squish that down so it's really, really nice and spread out. We're leaving a nice broader edge at the top. So I'm going to put a carrot in. I'm going to put a cucumber in. I'm going to put, actually, before I do that, I'm going to put a little bit of umeboshi paste, actually. This just gives it that sort of umami deliciousness. I'm just going to spread a little bit, a tiny little bit of umeboshi paste. You don't have to do umeboshi actually. This is just because it's so delicious with the umeboshi. It's like a plum umami paste. And I've just put a little bit of that on. Also, if you like a zing in here, you can put a little bit of wasabi on here as well. You can just put a little bit and just massage it in. So we're going to have a cucumber and some carrot. I'm also going to put a little bit of pickled ginger in here as well. And I'm going to put some avocado in. So it doesn't matter so much that it doesn't all line up, but it's okay. And then I'm going to put in a bit of the tofu. And let's get a knife, because we can always sort of spread it out. My dog is like just hoping that something falls on the floor. Okay, so let's say that's it, and let's put a little bit of pea shoot in. Okay, so that's it stacked. I'm just going to, spring onion. Let's get some spring onion. A little bit of spring onion in here as well. Okay, so we've got it all in here. So you're going to be great at this because you're a taco roller. So here we go. We're going to lift up. We're going to lift up the mat. And with my fingers, I'm just going to press it in and press it down and hold it and press it. And then I'm going to get this end here and I'm going to tuck it in the best I can. Okay, and I'm going to keep rolling. And can you see I'm rolling with the mat? And rolling, and once I've got my edge underneath here, I'm just going to get a little bit of water and I'm just going to dab it along the edge here, and I'm holding it, and then I'm going to free roll and then hold it inside the mat, and then I'm going to squish it. I'm going to squish, and this is just going to seal the roll. Oh, I hope this is going to come out. And then we release it, and here it is. And then what we do is we take a very sharp knife, and it's best just to have this also, be careful because it's super sharp, but a bit of a wet knife. And then we're just going to cut this bit. That's the chef's delight, that. But we're going to just cut with a super sharp knife into, and then this is just, if it starts to get a bit sticky, just wet your knife like a good sushi chef. These are Niwaki knives. These are very good Japanese ones. I mean, there's a really good example. Can you see that? So then what we do is we try one. Everybody gets home. So that is good. The crispiness of the tofu is excellent.
Should we just eat them all before they get there?
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. Yeah, really pleased with that. So should we get rolling?
Let's roll.